So CFL always comes down to crazy endings. What did you think of the spot and the challenge at the end?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously Toronto, wanted to fix that one. I've never seen that before. It's just unfortunate. I thought our guys fought and tried to give us a chance to get the ball back and make some plays to win the game. So, thought those guys fought hard. They're playing for each other. That's what we're playing for right now at this stage. It's unfortunate, but I thought they played hard.
Is there anything to a moral victory? Your guys played really well considering what they're looking at with their position in the standings, the injuries, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I thought they, that's why I, said I'm proud of them because the effort was there, right? Offensively, we got to, stay out of that first and long and second long with the penalties, right? So little self-inflicted wounds we got to clean up. It's unfortunate, but I thought those guys played for each other.
What do you think about Jarret's performance?
I thought he played tough. He had a lot of late hits on him. They slammed him on his head a few times, won the concussion protocol, but he didn't have one. So I thought he battled. We're going to go with Tucker and, Jarret fought through some injuries and I guess not injuries, owies a little bit. He was beat up, so I thought he played tough.
The Riders seemed to have a couple of big plays almost at the right times tonight. Do you think that may have been the difference?
Yeah, they made the plays when they needed to, right? We went for the flea flicker to try to win it there, and then we had the third down. We had the play we wanted. We hit it earlier in the game, and we just had a miscue with one of the receivers as far as running the route. But I thought Jarret gave us a chance to score on that play.
Again, I guess it goes back to that was a good team that you played against, and despite all the baggage that you brought into this game, your guys showed up. It must kind of bode well going forward that your players have bought into what you're selling.
Yeah, I think the culture as far as doing those things, right? Sticking together, understand we got to play for each other, right? And that's there. No one's really turned their backs on each other, no finger pointing, but there's a lot we got to clean up, right? And they're a good team. They're at home. But you know what? It's professional football. They're all good, right? And we got to find ways to play a little bit better. There's the reason why we got 5 wins. But again, I'm proud of their effort. But there's a lot of things we got to clean up moving forward.
And Liram continues to be outstanding.
Yeah, Liram's clutch. That was a long field goal. And there's a chance for them to return it, right? But we feel good about Liram. He's been lights out all year. So obviously he's had a great season. He's a great player. Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's start with Dave Morisuti. Dave.
Hey, Ryan. Just wanted to get your thoughts on if you were going to think about putting Tucker in later in the game, or did the situation of how the game played out gave you the opportunity to just see what Dave could do?
Yeah, we wanted to play, Jarret. I thought he was playing well. We were thinking about taking him out in the third when he, had that extra shot to the head, but he was, confident. He wanted to keep playing. He wasn't, in concussion protocol. They all checked him out. So, obviously he played tough tonight and, fought his butt off.
And final one for me, you see some of these players who are getting the increase in playing time really start to step up and make some plays, especially on defense. What have you made of, maybe you putting that out there for these guys to try to impress you over these next few games?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, obviously we're not, playing for playoffs or anything in the standings at this stage. So we're trying to, evaluate some guys, see what we got going in the season. We feel like we got some young talent out there. Obviously putting Hood out there, moving, Willie Drew to the boundary halfback, kind of see what he's got there. So I thought all those guys fought hard as, unfortunate Andy, but, they never quit, right? They play for each other.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Griff Bordignon.
Ryan, I just wanted to ask, obviously, like you say, with the position you guys are in, how do you, as a team and you and yourself as a head coach, find that motivation to keep pushing forward throughout this game tonight with the effort the guys gave and even going into the final game next week in Calgary?
Yeah, I think, like we always say, we're always playing and coaching for jobs, right? But I think, they're a band of brothers. They want to play for each other. But I think anybody, at this stage, we're all playing for pride. Anytime you get out there, I think, the competitive nature of it, that's going to win over, kind of where we're at. It's unfortunate where we are at this stage, but, guys got to go out there and finish the season the right way. But I mean, football's a fun game. We're very, blessed to be able to, have this profession. But I always told those guys, just like when you're, 8-year-old kid going playing in the schoolyard, go have fun doing it. Obviously we have responsibility as far as, executing and getting the win, but at the same time, they got to have some fun doing it. Like I said, this is going to be, we're not going to have the same locker room. And that's even if you're, in the playoffs and winning, you're never going to have the same locker room. So we only got one more week together. That's unfortunate, but, let's make the most of it.
And then just the last one for me, with the quarterback situation and with some of the hits that Jarret took tonight, even though he did clear protocol, are you still going to look at this two or maybe even three QB situation with Jarret, Tucker, and Max for next week in Calgary, or are you going to see how the week unfolds?
We'll see. We'll see how Jarrett's feeling. I think we'll probably try to get all three on the field. And we try to have some short yardage stuff for Max. We have the guard tackle pull, and we missed the guy off the edge. We thought we'd have a good play there. Trying to get him established in the CFL. He's brand new, so we're just put a little small package for him. He's only been here a few weeks, but I think all three will get a chance to see the field.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Ryan. Safe travels.
Thank you.
And Frank Sinichi, final ones.
Hey, Coach, talk to me about the quarterback, Doege, and how he was very patient. In a game like this, it might have been really easy to just go all out and try to be offensive, but he seemed to play more of a game that's more suited to a situation where it's an important game.
Yeah, I thought he, went out there and, processed, all the offensive stuff we were giving him. We gave him, full load like we normally would with any of our quarterbacks. I thought the third quarter, he came in, started moving the ball down the field, finding the right guys. I thought he had a good plan. It's just we didn't make the plays we should have at the right times, right? But I thought, he played tough. I had a rhyme or reason where he's going with his progressions and, giving our guys opportunities to make plays.
It looked to me like Herslow did not want to lose this game. What do you say to his effort?
Yeah, I thought he played hard. Just like all those guys, I thought they played hard. We got to clean up some stuff as far as penalties and, self-inflicted wounds. That's what, this week's for as far as, cleaning up some mistakes. But, I got to look at it too, as far as like what we're doing and, we got to clean that up. We can't, beat ourselves sometimes. But, one thing I'll say that those guys left it on the field. They played tough.
First of all, just how are you feeling physically after that matchup?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, a little beat up, but it's part of playing football, part of playing quarterback. I'd rather be beat up than not playing. So it's just part of the game, and I'm just really disappointed in that. And we had a chance to win the game, we didn't get it done.
Was this what you expected when you coming into this house, this type of play from Riders?
I knew we were going to have a chance to win the game. I knew it was going to come down in the fourth quarter, and we just didn't make enough plays to win the game.
What did you think of the call on the turnover on downs? First it looked like you guys were going to get the ball back, and then obviously it goes back to the Riders.
Yeah, I don't know. It's up to the refs. I thought it was, roughing the passer, but didn't get called, so it is what it is.
Obviously, this is a tough point in the season for this group. You guys are just trying to looking to finish up the year, try to play with some pride. What did you take away from this one?
Yeah, it's exciting to see, encouraging to see that guys came out here and fought. There's no quit in this locker room. There's a bunch of guys that, love each other. We're a very tight-knit group. And I think we're going to Calgary, try to get some momentum and going into next year.
What are some positives you can take away for yourselves? Because it looked like you made some great completions out there.
Yeah, my whole game plan was to take the completions. I knew they were going to drop everybody and make me be a quarterback the whole game. And so, like I said, the game plan was to just have completions the whole game, and I thought I did that pretty well.
Okay, Jarret, now via Zoom, let's start with Dave Morsuti. Dave?
Jarret, you look at the game as a whole. What did you think you guys saw that, it has been an improvement over the last few weeks with you getting more time with this offense?
Say that again, please.
What have you felt is like the improvement you've seen with, having more time with this offense over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I think that just comes with reps. I've been having reps in practice, getting to see the plays live instead of just mentally repping them. So actually just going out there and repping them live has helped me a lot.
It looked like on the touchdown to Brissett, like it almost felt like easy for you guys. Like, is that just a case of you guys saw an opportunity and it was just like take the advantage of the turnover and having the momentum, you're going your way?
Yeah, we actually had that play called a couple times. We were trying to get the ball to Dorian on the outside, but then they inverted and rotated a coverage and left the middle of the field wide open, which left Breezy wide open.
All right. Thanks, Jarret. And, safe travels.
Thank you.
Let's go to Griff now. Griff?
Jared, obviously not the result you guys wanted tonight, but how did you feel about not only your fight, just through having to take some of those hard hits throughout the game, but the team's fight as a whole, heavy underdog going into tonight, but still being resilient and still showing a very positive effort?
Yeah, it's encouraging to see. It's just a bunch of guys that are not going to give up, and we're not going to give up going into Calgary next week either. But I'm glad to see the O line stepped up from last week, and our defense is playing well right now, and you can't ask for more.
And then just seeing the other two quarterbacks out there tonight, like how do you, the three of you guys, lean on each other this week between you, Tucker, and Max, just to go out there and really show, hey, this whole team effort, and then the three of you guys just contributing at different times throughout the game?
Yeah, well, the thing is with me, Tuck, and Max is we're very close friends just off the field. We've kind of gotten to know each other, gotten close to each other. We hang out a lot. So whoever's in, we're supporting each other, and we got full trust in each other and whoever's in the game.
I appreciate it. Safe travels. Thanks, Jared.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
And final questions, Frank Smici.
Jared, speak to the fact that you played this game in a smart way. You didn't bite on some possible mistakes. How conscious are you of that, not making those mistakes?
Yeah, I figured since last game with Hamilton, they were dropping everybody and they were getting home up front. So I figured, Sass would try to do the same thing. They were blitzing early, but they ended up dropping 8 almost the whole game, and they were kind of waiting for me to make a mistake. But I was trying to just be disciplined with my eyes, disciplined with my reads, and take what they were giving me the whole game.
How much improvement do you think you made today compared to your previous game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I played pretty well. Just from what I was seeing on the field, I was seeing it. I mean, I would take the interception back at the end of the game, but I'm just trying to, it's last minute. I got to go make something happen. I can't just check it down and or we're going to run out of time. But other than that, I mean, I'm trying to improve every week.